We are here again for the last batch of startups that today is in two verticals: culture, entertainment, and video games, and also in fintech. We are out of time for the reason we start very quickly with the first startup that is Bliss Game. Please, Julio. Bliss Game is a studio for video games for mobile, focus on creative fun and not violence topics. Julio, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, I'm Julio, the CEO of Bliss Games. We do hyper casual games. We have been doing it for 5 years. Hyper casual games are for mobile. We do it for iOS. And are those kind of games that you play when you try to rest, when you are traveling, that you play through when you want some kind of entertainment. Our business model is based on ads. So it's a free to play industry. So we offer the game so that people enjoy it, and in some occasion they can see an ad or it is called rewarded ads. Um, we have an amazing team. We are a small startup, but we have a lot of experience. We have worked in Ubisoft, in Microsoft, and we are very fast and we execute really well. But important, we love doing games. We also see as video game way not only as an entertainment but as any other fine art that touch the people and create something good. And in hyper casual games that are games that are so easy, we believe that we can create like a generational cohesion because several games are so retro and that even any generation uh, can play it. So right now, the industry of video games, at least this year, is almost reaching like 120 billions dollars. So it's not easy. It's not an easy industry. It's very volatile. Is but I think that the only way that you can enter in an industry like that having um, certain tools and to take attention to procedures and methodologies. In our case, we try to create great execution and have a methodology for generation the ideas. We follow the most important KPIs, and we have a framework that allows to decrease the creation of a game mostly from the first our first game was like 9 months, and later we passed it to 3 months, and now we can create more than one game per month. um, and by these tools I mean that it is important to systemize the way of, for example, recruitment, introducing internships, or or the hiring of process. So far we have published two successful games, the top publishers. One is called Web Hero and was published with the second more important publisher of the world in the hyper casual industry. And right now we have a work for hire with the most important publisher called Voodoo. And right now we are like seeking investment because we want to scale and we want to triplicate our production force. We're located here in Tecnova in Barcelona, and we really enjoy what we're doing. So that's what we do.
Okay, thank you very much, Julio. I think it's the most interesting thing that you enjoy your job, and also that you provide value to the society with these video games with your no violence. Thank you very much. We move to the next startup. In this case, in the same vertical, Heritapp. Heritapp, are you ready? Perfect.
Yes, I'm ready.
The
Thank
floor,
you.
the virtual floor is yours.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Finazul, and I'm an archaeologist specializing in cultural heritage management and digital archaeology. And so today I'm presenting my startup, Heritapp. I just would like to thank La Salle Tecnolova for organizing this interesting conference and obviously the opportunity to be here and your attention. So just for introducing Heritapp, I want to be talking about its mission. So Heritapp aims to balance cultural visits while promoting interaction between the public and heritage. Its vision, so Heritapp centers around reconnecting with our cultural heritage and ensuring its preservation so as not to lose the bond that unites us as a society. And the values, the more important ones would be sustainability, equality, cultural preservation, community, and accessibility. Well, so the overexposure to new technologies, new forms of marketing, and a world that is going faster and faster requires an application like Heritapp, which first detects the problems of the heritage sector, and second, which bases the entire app, just from the conceptualization to the end of the user, on offering an application that improves the critical situation that unfortunately the heritage is facing worldwide. So when it comes to the background, this project started as my thesis for the University of York, and it has been based on extensive research. First, there is the phenomenological approach. We focus on the phenomenon and experience because we want to offer an experience to the visitor, and that will increase the loyalty and the experience satisfaction. Secondly, by delving into behavioral intentions of visitors, we could tailor, so we could make the perfect app to the current needs that has been investigated. And we just want to differentiate ourselves from the rest of heritage apps there are plenty of them. But the difference is that they mainly focus on offering information and visitor services such as the purchase of tickets. The innovation part is implementing gamification as a significant strategy. It's been just introduced in order to solve the problems faced by the sector in an innovative and dynamic manner. So when we talk about the problems, we did an extensive research, and we found that the first problem was that there is an imbalance in heritage visits and recognition. So we could categorize the heritage assets in most visited sites. These are normally the ones that are designated by UNESCO, and less visited sites. So the second problem that entails is preservation issues. Why? Because most visited sites, they just have funding, and they don't have that problem of preservation in that manner, but they do have it because they have a high flow of visitors. On the other hand, less visited sites, they obviously don't have the same amount of funding, and they cannot have a good preservation and conservation. That's why it's so important to have a balance in the sector. And the third one would be a lack of citizen engagement with heritage assets. So solutions. The first one, just to tackle the imbalance, would be the implementation of gamification by incentivizing visits to less visited sites by a rewards program that I'm going to explain just now. The second one would be the report function. So the app allows visitors to be active agents in heritage preservation. They could make a report about any problems they experience during their visit. And third, the cultural raffles of this application and the report function, we do think that strongly reinforce the dialogue between people and heritage institutions, and that is much needed nowadays. So functionality, in short, Heritage functionality is dual. On the one hand, we have the HeriCoins program, if these are accounts that have been created for the app, and it consists of offering the user the possibility of accumulating points per visit that can be exchanged for cultural prizes, such as free visits or even touristic services in the area. This is very beneficial because it encourages local economies and services. So you can just choose to be there, and then you will boost their economies, and that's good for that. And you can also have the service of advertising in the app. So any hotel that is interesting could have an advertising in our app. So it's a win-to-win. That the technology is really easy. The visitor just will scan a barcode on site just to validate visits and could participate in all the raffles that they want. On the other hand, Heritapp offers the possibility to report preservation problems on site, such as vandalism or preservation issues, and that we think it's achieving an improvement in the dialogue between the population and cultural organization. So the basic idea is that they feel that their voice is heard, and that's important because it's a way that they could be major contributors in heritage preservation. The report obviously will be registered in an internal management panel, and it will be validated by the site managers. When it comes to customer segments, we estimate a target audience between 25 and 50 years old. Um, Normally users of applications, and these are interested in culture, history, archaeology, and sustainable tourism. What is important is that because we did this research on psychology and behavioral and intentions when we decide to go to a place, it has been able to design an application that just for these people that used to be using this social media giveaway. Competitive advantages, well, it is up to date because it covers modern customer needs. Our app, our product performs a unique tech solution no one has ever tried. That is to implement gamification for the purpose of balancing heritage visits and thus achieving more equality in heritage world. And the UX design, because it has been a central objective of this application, because from time saving to a more significant interaction with our surroundings to effective learning, a well-designed user face that of Heritapp, it's just an essential factor in improving the relationship between population and heritage. We just opt for a minimalist design, and something which is really important is accessibility, inclusivity. So we implement different strategies to do that. About the channels, as I just referred, there will be direct marketing, social media ads, partnerships with cultural organizations. And I would like to finish referring to the high-level concept of this application. So cultural organizations urgently need promotion due to the instability conditions experienced by the cultural sector. It's not something new that COVID-19 pandemic has negatively contributed to the process of generating interest in cultural visits. We don't have the same financial resources or time, so that's a problem that we are experiencing. And so we think that Heritapp is devised as a vital tool not only for preserving heritage, but also as a key element to reinforce the sense of community.
Thank you very much, Heritapp, for your explanation. We move quickly to the next vertical. Is FinTech, and Finazul from Brazil, I think, is ready. Perfect. The floor is yours.
Okay, ready. Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Antonio Marante, co-founder of Finazul, a Brazilian fintech that connects people to banks so that they can get the best public payroll loan conditions and the highest amount released in the market. And why it's important? Well, retirees and pensioners have found two main difficulties to compare proposals and find the best interest rates available on the market. And to understand this, we must know the actual context of this market. It has been changed, but it is still the major market. The retirees and pensioners receive lots and lots of offers all the time from sellers by phone calls, but these sellers have high costs and low financial returns. So they use offers the higher interest rates available in the banks, trying to gain more money with their commission. And as they don't have all technology developed, they depend on many bank systems to simulate the conditions. Besides, they need to consider the conditions of each customer manually or in Excel. Another point is there are many bank politics, rules, and specific laws that must be considered together with the profile of each client. And a correct assessment of these conditions could mean more money released, better or worse conditions, like value and number of the monthly payments, or even to make possible or not possible to get a loan. The last point is that it's not easy to the retirees and pensioners to compare proposals, and they spend very long time to get proposals that consider to their profile to make a reasonable comparison. And how the Finazul can help in this context? Well, we are a multidisciplinary team in the areas of technology, finance, and digital marketing, using APIs, web services, automated document reading, and open bank to bring more speed, security, and intelligence to public payroll loan operations. We use application program interface APIs and web services to integrate the system of our online platform to the bank systems. In this way, the client has access to an online self-contracting platform that helps the person from the moment of research until the signature of the proposals. We bring all of this in a single online platform with all conditions of many banks. And the total market of public payroll loan in Brazil is about 8 billions of dollars. And our sum is about $3 billion, composed by 1.7 million people, retirees and pensioners, range from 55 to 64 years old, that lives in an urban region and uses internet almost every day. We are a B2C company, and our revenue is a percentage commission on each one is. We started Finazul 9 months ago. We have made good progress in building the product and the first test with the market. We believe that our main differential is what we could call automatic monitoring of credit opportunities, which consists of assessment of three main points. One, customer profile, for example, age, salary, and type of benefit. Two, bank credit policies, with the total number of payment per age, minimum and maximum amounts to be borrowed, credit limits. And the third, trading conditions, for example, interest rates and maximum or minimum maturities. In this way, it's possible to evaluate not only what is available for the clients to hire today, but also what they will be able to hire over time in 1 month, 3 months, 10 months ahead. Since we started Finazul, more than 7% of the customers who hired us have already hired again. They It's possible to realize and predict the importance of automated monitoring to offer customers the renegotiation of contracts as well as the possibility of new contracts. And to do this on a large scale is only possible using technology. So now we are confident in the next steps. As well, we are looking for established new strategic partnerships, keep the product market fit, and to be well prepared to be invested by smart money. And to finish, in the name of the entire Finazul teams, I'd like to thank you this opportunity. It has been a pleasure to participate of the TGG for Future events, and congratulations to everyone involved in the construction of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Very interesting solution in fintech. Thank you. We move to the next startup. The last of this last batch is iUpay. iUpay, are you ready? You are
Yes,
from
thank
Brazil
you.
also.
Yes,
Nice
hello.
to have you
Good
here.
afternoon, everybody.
Good
My name is
afternoon.
Carlos, and I'm the founder of iUpay. As you said, iUpay is based in São Paulo, Brazil, the financial center of the country. We are a B2B fintech that came to the market to transform the way Brazilians pay their bills. Most of the bills in Brazil are paid using boletos, a paper bank slip that people has to take to a bank or most of them to a lotérica, our lottery house, to pay with cash. UPay offers a platform which consolidates all bills from users in a single place. We then use artificial intelligence to classify and validate those boletos, especially to avoid frauds. Criminals in Brazil intercept boletos on the mail and change the payment instructions so that the money goes to their account instead to the utility accounts for those bills. After that, we reach them with additional relevant information and deliver those in a structured digital format to our clients' digital banks. We also offer a digital payment solution to settle those payments. And finally, we organize those paid bills in a very friendly format that can be accessed and shared as needed and easy from mobile phones and computers. Different from traditional banks, we cover the whole bill pay journey from receiving and aggregating those bills in a single place in a easy way, validating and enriching the information from the paper to digital format, facilitating the payments, and organizing those receipts in a very friendly and accessible way. Join our revolution and help us facilitating financial inclusion in Brazil. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to show our work here.
Thank you very much. You pay also, and we hope you revolutionize all the Brazilians pay, as you said. Thank you very much. And this is the